It's a super Sunday at the IPL 2021, and what a couple of matches we've got coming your way. DC taking on the newly crowned Punjab Kings, but before that unfolds, it's RCB and Virat Kohli taking on KKR. And the big picture around both these games is that there's only one side that seems to have built a bit of momentum this season, and that is RCB. So let's just take a look first at the day game. RCB taking on KKR. KKR are coming off a really poor loss versus the Mumbai Indians, a game that a lot of people thought they should have won. KKR thought they should have won. We saw tweets come in from Shah Rukh Khan as well saying that's a game that we had in the grasp of our hands and let go as well. Meanwhile, RCB did the opposite. They squeezed a win out of the Sunrisers, making them lose 7 for 27, and that's why RCB seemed to be in the driver's seat. But before we head into the nitty-gritties of both these games, let's take a look at Game 1, RCB versus KKR, and let's take a look at our game changer for this encounter. Game changer number 1 for this encounter has to be Captain Kohli. Now, he's gone 6 innings without a 50-plus score in the IPL, and that's an odd one for Captain Kohli, and that's why for me this could be a big game for Virat Kohli versus KKR. It's an opposition that he loves playing against, and since the IPL 2018, this is a man that averages 111 versus KKR, his best average versus any team. Remember, he also scored that 100 versus KKR, his only 100 since 2018 as well. And that's why this man, Virat Kohli, has to be the game changer number 1 for this encounter. And on the flip side of things, I've got to say that it's got to be this man, Andre Russell for KKR. He's already got a fifer with the ball versus another opposition, but coming up against RCB, can he deliver with the bat? The numbers suggest that he definitely can, because when you look at these stats here, he averages a massive number. His strike rate is over 200, and he's got 300 plus runs in just 10 innings versus RCB. He likes playing RCB. He likes to strike the ball big. Could we see the best of Andre Russell? I certainly think so. So those are our 2 game changers for match number 1. So those were our 2 game changers from match number 1. Virat Kohli for RCB, Andre Russell, Dre Russ for KKR. But let's turn our attention now to the second encounter, and this should be a high-scoring one, playing at the Wankhede Stadium, not at the slow and low Chennai Stadium, and that is why you've got to think that DC versus the Punjab Kings could be an absolute cracker of a contest. KL Rahul on one side, Prithvi Shaw, Shikhar Dhawan, Rishabh Pant on the other, and that's why fireworks could be in the offing as well. So let's go straight into our game changers for DC versus the Punjab Kings. Game changer number 1 for this match has to be the captain KL Rahul. He's been in blistering touch not just at the start of this IPL, but for Team India coming into it as well. We've seen a 91 off his bat. He didn't quite get the runs in the last game, but given the opposition he's up against, the Delhi Capitals, there's only one bowler that's actually ever dismissed KL Rahul, and that's just the one dismissal from Ravichandran Ashwin. And in the ominous touch that KL Rahul is in, you would have to think that this man, KL Rahul, is going to be the big threat for the Punjab Kings up against the Delhi Capitals. On the flip side of things though, the other game changer from the Delhi side of things is Prithvi Shaw. Now there's 2 sides to this man. When he gets going, he's superb. When he doesn't get going, it does affect the team. And the numbers do suggest that Prithvi Shaw has a habit of getting out inside the first 10 to 15 deliveries. He's done that a lot as well. But when he goes past 25 runs, and when he goes past that number, it becomes a magical number for the Delhi Capitals. They've won 8 out of 8 games every time Prithvi Shaw has gone past 25, and that's why they need their opening batsmen to just stay the course, stay at the crease, and believe in the cause as well, because they've got Shikhar Dhawan at the other end. The experience and the exuberance of youth is coming through for this Delhi side. So what a couple of games we've got lined up. You've got RCB up against the 2-time champions KKR, and RCB is in great touch. I don't expect them to make too many changes. Even though Dan Christian hasn't performed, it's a team that seems well-oiled. It's a team that seems to be backing their stars, and therefore you would think that they would go with the same 11. KKR actually didn't just play to potential in their last encounter, having been squeezed by the Mumbai Indians. So I expect the similar 11 for KKR as well. But DC versus the Punjab Kings is where I think my attention is going to be. Andrik Nokia is coming back for that squad. Kagiso Rabada, we saw him back in the last encounter for Delhi as well. So that double threat with the new ball could be absolutely brilliant for the Delhi Capitals up against KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal at the top, and Chris Gayle as well. It is going to be a phenomenal Sunday, and we've got you covered as usual right here at cricktips.com. Thanks for joining me, Suhail Chandhok. We've got plenty more action coming your way right through this week.